Greetings, Tanzanites. Whew. 2 podcasts in 1 week. I'm spoiling y'all. But this is for a very special occasion. I get chills just thinking about it. I come up with the best ideas when I'm in the bathroom. And I was coming to visit my best friend. Y'all, it's going to be some tears. It's going to be some laughter. I can feel it already. Y'all going to have to bear with me. We got our grandkids in the background. Y'all, she got 10. I got one who's just as loud. Today's topic, besties and angel moms. You wouldn't believe the way God works. Now, if y'all hear something in the background, that's the kiddos. I wanted this to be live. And we're not going to worry about that because they are our blessings. If you don't know, my grandbaby is from my son who passed away in 2018. She's my angel on earth. My best friend, her son was murdered as well. And he had 5. 4 and 1 on the way, if I'm not mistaken. Or were they all born? But before we get into it, I just wanted to give you a synopsis so that you could continue to listen. I don't know what's going to come out of this or why I desire to do it, but we're here. All right, Miss Thang, introduce yourself. You
Hello.
can tell us as much as you want or as little.
All right. My name is Sharee Brooks Cooper. As she already told you, that is my best friend. We've been best friends since high school. Her mom was my teacher, and I loved her mom so much, and she used to talk about her daughter.
I said, tell us about you. She about to go into me, y'all. That's how my
I'm
best
telling
friend
about
do.
me.
I ain't asked you how we met. Tell us about you, Miss Thing. Tell us
and
about
I wanted her to
you.
be my best friend,
Look
so
at her.
she
She's
became my best
she's so
friend.
hard-headed.
So, as she stated to you, I lost my son in 2015. He was murdered, and he had 5 children. His oldest was 5, and his baby was 4 months old. It's been a rough journey, man. Now they're 15, and the baby is 10. So he's been dead 10 years now, and I've been blessed today to have all of them in the house with me today. They're not all from the same mom, so there's times where I haven't been able to see some of them. So to be able to see them all today and to have them for this holiday has been more than I could ever imagine. I've had 3 failed marriages, and I never gave up, and I'm glad that I didn't because God has blessed me with an amazing man who has come into me and my children and grandchildren's lives. I'm trying to hold back the tears, y'all.
Let them go.
And when I tell you this man has showed me the true meaning of love, what it feels like to not love but to be loved in return, I wouldn't give him up for the world. I was afraid because of how God placed us together, but I was obedient and I trusted the process, and I would not change it for the world. The day he came into my life was the day that my life changed forever. My children love him. My grandchildren love him. He's just the best thing that I could have ever asked for.
All right, tell us about, so you got 5 from Rat,
Yes.
and then, but there's a total of how many grandchildren?
So biologically, I have 10 grandkids. And from the last marriage, I earned a bonus daughter. So she has 2. So I have 12 in all. But then I have 2 more on the way. So I have 12 grandkids and 2 on the way.
So, like I said, y'all, I never know where we're going to go, how we're going to get there. She talked about some very important things. You know, we bonded in the 10th grade, and we never know why God allows paths to cross. So I'll let her elaborate a little more because I think I want to go in that direction about how we met.
So, as I was stating, her mom was my teacher, and I loved my teacher dearly. And she used to come in class and she would tell us about her daughter. She had, at the time, two older daughters, and she had just had a baby, a baby daughter. But she used to talk about both of them, but it was just something when she said Tanya's name. And so I kept saying, I want to meet her. I want to meet her. And I finally met her. And once we met, I mean, we just clicked. We would, she said her mom said no kids could spend the night at their house, but honey, I got to spend the night over there. Yes, I did. And then she would spend the night with me, and she would have to bring her baby sister with us.
Because I couldn't go nowhere either.
But it was okay, because let me tell you why. I had so many nieces and nephews that was the same age as her baby sister that, hey, she would cry, but we would leave her there with those kids. And if we decided we want to go hang out, my mom let us, we would go hang out for a little bit. But she's traveled to Georgia with us. She traveled to Bradenton with us. We weren't just best friends. We were like sisters. Like, even though I had 5 other sisters, she was like my sister, man. Like that sister that I never had. You know.
Uh-oh, no. You're going to get in trouble for that.
She was that sister that I never had. She was like, she showed me the closeness and the realness. And the bond was so real. As you can see, here we are 30-something years later, and we're still together as friends. We had one little time where, and like I tell her, the way I see it is God separated us to grow us both.
For sure.
So that we could be able to tell each other how we feel, and it not be where we're mad at each other and stop speaking to each other. And that lasted probably maybe a year at the most.
11 months.
11 months. Okay.
2 weeks.
Oh, she counted it up, y'all.
3 hours.
Good Lord, Miss
And
Claudia.
47 seconds.
Well,
that was a long.
She counted. It really was.
Yeah.
It was sad, but we needed that because when we came back together, oh my God,
we were adult friends.
Yes. So God is good all the time, and He knows what He's doing. But
God is good.
We've been through so much together. I remember losing my son, and she was there as best as she knew how. Never knowing that 3 years later, I would have to come that journey up there and be there with her.
That's crazy.
Yes, I couldn't believe that. And I remember I was going through it so bad, and I didn't have anybody that really, it's like they didn't understand. And I came to her house, and I just tore her living room sofa up and screaming and hollering and crying. And she said, "You needed that. I don't think anybody has ever allowed you to do that." And then her friends up there, they surrounded me. I got sick and went in the hospital, but I was never alone. The people that loved her, they loved on me. I spent 1 week in the hospital, and not one day was I by myself. I knew nobody in Jacksonville, but everybody that knew her came to visit me. And that's what you call a true friend. Because right now, to this day, some of those people, I still, through social media, we contact and stay in contact. But I'm just grateful for this young lady here. She's my earth angel. She's really my earth angel, seriously.
She remixed the song for me, y'all.
Oh, can I sing them a little bit? A little bit?
Oh, Lord, here we go.
You're my Tangel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, Tangel.
All right.
And when I first sang it to her friend was like, "Oh my God, did she really make that song for you?" Yep, I did.
Listen, Tanzanites. I believe I may change the subject. You see all the energy we have, all the joy we still have in our voice, the energy to have the grandkids. I traveled 5 hours to just sit in her presence.
Yes. And I'm in heaven, y'all.
Um, but I don't think people give us enough grace. Um, to lose a child
Yeah.
is the worst thing any human being can experience, right? Um, when you lose your parents, you become an orphan. If you lose your husband or your wife, you become a widower or a widow. But if you lose your child, there's no name for it.
No, not at all.
You know, they have some Greek name that they use um, to explain it, but you don't say that's a,
Right.
you know, usually you feel sorry for the mom or the dad who has lost their child because you know that it must be unbearable, or if it's a pain that you have experienced, then you know,
Right.
but you don't know because each child is bonded different with their parent.
That's right.
But for us, can you agree, like what you just said, that people just don't give us the grace to have experienced such a loss because we're always laughing, we're
That's
always
right.
smiling,
That's right.
we're always taking care of people.
That's right.
I remember saying to Sharee, girl, you laugh at everything. And I remember one time I told her the saddest story. I couldn't even remember what it was, and she bust out laughing. And she said, "Oh my God, I'm crazy." Like, Lord, forgive me. Oh God, forgive me. I can't stop laughing, God. Like, what is wrong with me? She started talking to herself. She's like, what is wrong with me? I now know God made her that way to endure such things. And long before we lost a child, we had to endure things as children.
Yes.
My pastor recently preached a sermon, and he said, you know, I can't remember how it goes, but, you know, God got ready to heal this man and said, nah, I'm going to let you stay sick so that you can worship me, so you can praise me, so people can see the testimony through you. I'm going to allow these things to happen to you. But we always are on social media saying what we got new and our date night and our new car and we're traveling and our
Yes.
food, but we never get on there and cry about the things that happen because that's so taboo.
Yes.
But to be able to praise God and to be grateful regardless of having a child that was murdered. Let's call it what it
That's
is.
right. They were
That
killed.
they were killed. There was no warning.
No.
There was no preparation for that. There's already no preparation. I mean, even if you have a child with cancer, right? You kind of expect it, but you still praying that whole time that God heals
Amen.
the child.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To get that call. Nobody don't understand the feeling every time the phone rings after you get that call. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The trauma, the trigger. Somebody say, "Hey," you like, "What? What?
Exactly.
Something happened?" Or somebody that haven't called you in your family that's calling you like, "Oh Lord, somebody done died."
Right.
That's a trigger. That's
Right.
always a trigger. And we
Yes.
get triggered, we cry,
That's right.
we dust ourselves off and try again.
Again.
We wake back up and take care of somebody else.
That's right.
And people don't understand the effort it takes to show up in this life every day when your child has gone before you. Nobody don't understand the strength. No, she's strong.
Right.
We would rather be weak,
Right.
right?
Yeah, because it's like when they see you weak, they're more willing to help than when you're standing strong. But we're reminded that in my weakness, I'm strong in the Lord.
That don't happen for me.
No.
No, in my weakness, people still see strength. I can go to somebody crying. They don't want to hear that. I didn't teach nobody how to take care of me
Mm.
because I was taking care of everybody.
Everybody.
And when I would get to crying, they get to changing the subject. They get to saying, you know God, you know you got this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I
yes.
don't I don't get that grace.
So I think what I was trying to say is I guess I remind myself that I'm strong in the Lord. Because you're right, people don't. That you can cry and they'll say, "Oh, you strong, you'll make it.
Mhm.
You'll get through it."
Mhm.
You know. And it's a lot of times that's not what we need. Sometimes we just need some encouraging words to say, I don't understand, but I sympathize with you, or um, I don't know what to tell you. You know, like for instance, when you lost Jacoby and you said, Sharee, help. I said, I can't. I can't help you because I couldn't help myself, but I know who to tell you that can help you.
Mm.
Jesus, because I couldn't, you couldn't
Yes.
help me. I couldn't help
Yes.
myself. And it's like when my baby boy got shot in the back by the police, you know, and I deal with that. You just said a valuable point that I have to share with him when I talk back to him, because he said, Mama, I don't understand it. I've given my life over to Christ, and every day is suffering in here.
Whoa.
And you just said something that I have to tell him, that the preacher told you. You in here and you going through what you're going through, because you got to be able to tell the people what I did for you. And I just told him that. I said, son, you going to be all right. It's almost over. He said, I'm tired, Mama, I'm tired. I said, I know you tired. He said, but why do I have to suffer like this? I said, because you have to tell the people what God is doing and has done for you. How he kept you, even with you in the situation that you're in with your health. From them shooting you in your back and not giving you the care that you need. You got to be able to tell those people who God is, how great he is, and what he's done for you. So I'm grateful that you shared that with me, because when I go back to visit him or he talks to me, I'm going to tell him. Here's another testimony to let you know that what I said, God needed you to hear that. That is real.
See, Tanzanites, we never know where this is going. Now, for my previous listeners, hey, this might be a gospel show. We don't know. I never deny the power of the Holy Spirit to touch anybody that's listening. I try not to infuse it with that. Just some people get really turned off. But if this is helping you, then this is what it's all about. Because, like I said, I am not home. I grabbed my podcast equipment and I said, I want to talk to my best friend. Now, another part to this is just to give flowers while we are alive. Just to have a recording. I just feel like one of our grandkids or our kids are going to listen to this while we're gone and say, that's my grandma.
Yes.
To hear my grandbaby say, that's my grandma.
Yes.
You know, to realize we over 50. I got my AARP paperwork in the mail.
Me too.
Crazy. Crazy. We talked about these days, never knowing. I mean, the time is going so
It
fast.
has. We were just
We've been out of school over 30 years.
That's right.
I mean, what,
35
35 for
for me,
you,
34
34.
for you.
Crazy.
35 years.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I remember when we were just 15.
There's
and
no
16.
way that we could have known.
No.
Let me tell y'all about Rat. Rat was born. How much did he weigh? A
3
pound?
pounds.
Oh, you could have told me he weighed 3 pounds. You could hold him in the palm of your hand, it seemed like. he came with breathing issues and this issue and a that issue. I know you can tell us, Sharee, but I remember her. I said, I'm a babysit for you. I ain't sleep all night long.
Right.
Looking over him. He fought to be here. What you need? Oh, he fought to be here. And was just as handsome, tall, talented, could sing as he could be. Just like Jacoby. Jacoby was born early as well and born with a hole in his heart. Jaundice. They had to put him under the light. And the lives that they touched while they were here was absolutely amazing. Rat recorded songs and left behind his legacy. Jacoby's legacy was just all the people he talked to and the memories that he gave people. We keep calling him Rat, but that's Kindness. Kindness Robinson.
Connis.
Kindness. His name was distinct. He was just always different, you know?
Yes.
Just as loving and kind, just like Jacoby.
Yes, they were.
But yeah, you guys have to know to give someone who has lost someone, period, grace. But if you come across a mom that has lost a child, give them a little grace.
Just a little.
Give them a little grace. See about them. Check on them.
That's right.
Love on them. Do what you can for them. Just because they're smiling and still taking care of people. Sometimes I'm on the edge. I don't know about you, friend.
Come on now. Yeah, I was just about to say, just because I'm smiling, as she just explained to y'all, I laugh at everything, but I laugh even with tears rolling down my eyes because that's how I encourage myself. But a lot of times it's hard. It's hard. I know people say, oh, you strong, and I don't express it to everybody. I don't just break down and cry in front of everybody all the time. But sometimes I'm in this house, and I'm in that room, and me and that bed be in a battle, fighting that bed with the covers because how could this be my life? How could I have watched my child die right before my eyes at the hands of somebody else who decided they wanted to play God and take his life? You know, it's hard.
So, because we know how our kids are, you know, we got to talk about them other kids. So when they listen to this, you
That's
know,
right.
we going to be in trouble.
That's
so
right.
you told us about Rat. You told us about Robert. Now, let me tell y'all about Robert. Robert is my Wobbert. He loved me from the womb, you know.
Yes, he does.
He always called me his sweet lady to this very day. Sweetheart, heart of gold. I call him my Timothy. And then you have, girl, y'all, she mouthed to me like I don't
Avis.
know. I want her to say.
I'm sorry.
Like I forgot.
AVIS, like she tell people AVIS, like the rental car, you know, Avis.
Avis is the second oldest.
Third
oldest. Robert older than Avis?
Yes.
I forget. Avis was always everybody's mom. I always think she the second oldest.
Yes.
She's the third oldest. And then you got your baby girl
Sugar mama.
that I named.
Yes, she did,
That
honey.
she was mad about that name.
She's still mad about you naming her Dorian. Ain't you, Suge? She said, why did you let her name
Y'all
me
should
that?
see it. She won't even give us eye contact. She said, yeah.
But her dad's name is Dorian, and I couldn't think of a name. And Tanya said, you know what? Dorian is a unisex name. And I was like, that's it. I got it.
Listen, I thought it was the most beautiful
It
name.
is to me.
You know, like, oh, that would be perfect.
It
But
is.
I haven't met another Dorian. Have you?
She said people think she's a dude
Oh, for real?
till they see her.
Oh my gosh, this Dorian was on the stories though.
Right.
You never met another one? I have. Oh, okay. Oh, well, hey. Another girl? That's right. You unique. That's
That's
right.
right.
You welcome. You're welcome. And Suge was my sister who was murdered. That was her godchild. She fell in love with Suge from the first time she ever saw her face
At your wedding.
at my wedding.
That's right.
So
At
that was
your wedding.
2000.
That's right.
Suge was in my wedding?
No, she was
in
there
T
with
wedding.
me.
Yeah.
She was 2 years old with me. Sammy had her.
So that's another thing that this podcast is gonna be a little longer, y'all, because if you know us, we talks.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
So our lives are kind of parallel, but similar, but not the same. You know, we both lost sisters. She's lost brothers. She has lost her mom and dad now. I've lost my mom and dad. But the way that, I mean, from, you know, everybody has different stories about how her and I came to be best friends. And, you know, we're not going to rehash that right now because that'll be another hour. We have so many versions, but she said because of my mom, and God is so good because my mom never bragged to me. My mom never told me any of the things that Sharee was able to hear in the class every day.
Yes.
So much so that she wanted to meet me.
Yes.
So God knew what we would need before we would need it.
That's right.
Oh, God.
Yes, he did. I couldn't wait to meet her, you guys. Oh, my God. I was like, she sound like me.
That's
She
crazy.
sound like me.
Crazy. She was the cause of me losing my first job.
Here we go.
She don't want to remember that, but she's like, you call in one time. They ain't gonna fire you. Y'all. To go to the dang on beach.
Jesus.
I had to sneak. My mama ain't even want me to go. Went, had a blast.
So it was worth it.
No, it was not. I was making $5 an hour at Winn-Dixie, guys. I had graduated from Burger King to McDonald's to Winn-Dixie. I thought I was the junk. I was making $5 an hour. Come in the next day, and they're like, we need to talk to you. If you can't come in on a Saturday, we got to let you go. Let me go.
She was devastated. I was too, though.
I think that's the only job I ever got fired from.
It was.
Because of that. See, that's another thing. That shaped me to be the best employee ever.
Yes. No, seriously, it did.
I mean, but that could be a double-edged sword, too. Because
Yeah.
these jobs don't care nothing about
they
us.
sure don't.
But
Yeah.
I never got fired again because I did not like that
That's
feeling.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean, we were teenagers.
You know, her dad took us fishing. I saw my first alligator out there.
know,
He
right?
caught possums. Had coons.
Raccoons and possums. You right,
Which
possum.
one y'all ate? Soup. Which was the soup?
Well, see, what had happened was I used to eat raccoons. I ain't know no better.
That's what's wrong. Oh
Possums,
my gosh.
too.
That's what's wrong with you.
Yeah, that's why I'm like a Chessy cat laughing at everything.
Shut up.
She
Yeah.
ate it too, y'all. She
I
just
did not
didn't know.
I did not.
Trust me, y'all. She
I ain't
didn't
eat
know at the time
I
what
didn't
she
know.
was
Let me tell
eating.
you something. Honey, let me tell you something in my Rachel
My
voice.
daddy used to cook that thing up so good, he even got my mama food one time. She wanted to kill him now. She wanted to kill him. God knows.
I ain't eat that, y'all. I
She-
promise you I ain't
One
eat no
time
coon.
she got food, y'all. I'm just trying to tell her now. One time. It was one time. And I told him, don't ever do my friend like that again now.
My friend took me to my first juke joint.
Yes, sir.
Bradenton, Sarasota. Which one was it? Bradenton?
Georgia. We
It
went
was
Georgia first.
Oh my God.
And then we went to the one in Bradenton.
Man, let me tell you something. After that, I love me a good juke joint. You know, she cooked for me when I had surgery.
Back surgery.
Back surgery. Had to have part of my spine removed. And I was living at home at the time. And just that's how God made it. My mom had a stroke. I had moved from Atlanta. And my bandages had to be changed 3 times a day. I had staples and stitches in my spine, and they couldn't get dirty. I was married at the time, but my husband couldn't stomach the bandages. So me and my kids moved in with my bestie. Well, I call myself leaving them, but that's another story for another podcast. Um, and she changed my bandages. I couldn't shower. She wiped me down, made sure my kids ate. And I will never forget that. Those small things and giving people their flowers while they are alive, y'all. I think I've changed the topic so many times. I don't know what this topic's going to be, but it might be give flowers. I don't know, but I love you.
I love you, Morris.
No, I love you the most.
Keep smiling.
Here we go.
Keep shining. Knowing you can always count on me. For sure. That's what friends are for. Okay, I just had to throw that in, y'all.
The good times
And bad times, I'll be there. We messed that up. Forevermore. I messed that up, y'all. I did that. That's what friends are for. I love my friend, y'all. I don't know about
Listen.
nobody else. I love my friend.
Another thing we love us some karaoke.
Ooh, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying, y'all? So later on, we're going to be doing karaoke with the kids.
And they're all excited, too. I told,
told them?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I told
man.
them. They was like, yes.
Yeah, we'll be doing karaoke with the kids. Yeah. No, you got Pringles. See, that's my grandbaby, y'all. I'm sorry. Go ahead. She know I love me some Cheetos, and now she wants Cheetos. But yeah, y'all. I think we'll end there. I think y'all can get the gist of why I wanted to do this. It's to give flowers.
Yes.
To give grace. We gonna take this show on the road. We always used to say that. I don't know how, but if you're listening to this and you want to take this show on the road, we can sing, talk, counsel.
Amen.
Something. We gonna take this show on the road.
That's right.
What we gonna call it?
That's a good one.
Come on, we gonna come up with a name right now, and we gonna keep it. Shatan, Sharee.
And I was thinking Tangerine.
Tangerine. That's not
Tanzaree.
Tanzanites. We'll see, y'all. We will see how this goes. But Tanzanites, if you want to send any encouragement to my bestie, send me some encouragement. It's okay to live. ITS.
Yes.
The number 2 LIVE.com. Maybe it can be It's Okay to Live Angel Mom edition. I just don't want to count other people off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Angel Mom. We're going to come up with something, y'all. I feel this in my bones. You know what I'm saying?
We always do.
Yeah. I played a different song, a different feeling, a different place. And music is the catalyst to our souls.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and end this because she's still trying to grandma in the middle of the podcast. Y'all, she done walked off with her mic. Bring the mic back. I'm going to go ahead and end this, y'all. Tanzanites, thank you for joining us. And just remember, it's okay to live.